And Alexa, I've heard $8 in some places, which is crazy to me.
That's insane.
That's almost $1 an egg.
That's ridiculous. It is. Everything is so expensive. I feel like every time I go to the grocery store, I spend over $100. I feel like I get nothing. It's nuts. At least the weather is going to be changing as we go through this week. If you're ready for some cold, it's still February. Winter is not over. We actually get back into a chilly stretch of days. So we say goodbye to the warm and humid weather, at least for the next week and a half or so. Temperatures are falling across the country, and this was just the first cold front that we will be seeing. So it made today much cooler and breezy and less humid. Temperatures are falling into the 40s now, but we have another cold front that comes in midweek. It makes it even chillier outside as we get into Thursday and Friday. Looking outside with our View Orleans camera, it's a beautiful look over the city. You'll need a jacket though heading into your Monday morning commute. 49 degrees right now, still breezy with northerly winds coming in 10 to 15 miles per hour. There's actually a wind chill, feels like 44. 2 points down in the 30s. It's crisp, it's refreshing, it is not humid. Mostly clear skies expected overnight. Temperatures in the 40s on the South Shore tomorrow morning. Plenty of sunshine, but it will be a cold start to your Monday morning. We'll even drop to the low mid 30s north of the lake early tomorrow, even upper 30s down the bayou. Mostly low 40s, upper 30s for the South Shore. So there actually could be some patchy frost well north of the lake right near the state line early tomorrow morning in those coldest spots. Tomorrow looks like a wonderful day, less breezy, really cool and nice, especially in the shade. The sunshine, of course, does wonders. Plenty of sun tomorrow, 58 degrees only in the afternoon, so a cool, refreshing day. And then we see some changes going into Tuesday. Out ahead of our next cold front, we see a small return in moisture, a little bit milder back in the 60s, still cool, and our winds will be picking up Tuesday and Wednesday ahead of the front and then behind the front. But Tuesday, there is a chance for some rain. Early in the day, not going to see much, maybe a few spotty showers in the afternoon Tuesday, but ahead of our next front, we'll see some heavier showers, it looks like late Tuesday night into early Wednesday morning. This is the overnight hours, 2 a.m. Wednesday morning, some soaking rain. Couple stronger storms are possible, maybe some brief gusty winds and heavy downpours. Rain continues into the very early part of Wednesday morning, and as the cold front sweeps through, it looks like rain should be ending by mid-morning Monday. Then colder air wraps in behind that. That's when temperatures really start to drop later in the week, and also it will be windy and blustery behind that. Make sure you check back in for the latest forecast because it's still a couple days away. The timing can still change up a bit. But like I mentioned, winter really not over yet. We're really going to see some pretty bitter cold air surging across the U.S. throughout this week, especially later in the week for the deep south. So once we get that next front and trough coming in, it unlocks the cold air for the Gulf Coast. We'll only be in the 40s in the afternoon on Thursday and Friday, and we'll see again freezing temperatures return for the mornings later in the week, and then chilly weather actually hangs around into next weekend. So here's your high temperatures: upper 50s tomorrow, 60s Tuesday, and 60 degrees but dropping, 60 degrees but dropping, I should say, Wednesday behind that front. 40s on the second half of the week, Thursday and Friday, and then 50s going into next weekend. So make sure you still have your heavy winter jackets. You will need them this week. Thursday morning looks like it will be our coldest. That's when we wake up to 20s on the North Shore and 30s on the South Shore. So looking for freezing temperatures, even a hard freeze possible north and west of the lake on Thursday morning. Friday morning could do it again. 20s north, 30s south, maybe a hard freeze possible again on the North Shore. Make sure you definitely keep those sensitive plants protected later this week. I know some of them have started to come out because it's been warm and things are starting to bloom, but you want to protect those sensitive plants. Pets, of course, we want to keep ourselves warm. All the things that we were talking about earlier this winter season, they're coming back for later this week. Also, keep your pipes protected if you're north of the lake, just to be safe before Thursday morning in case you decided to maybe unwrap them. But as we get into the rest of the week, looking like a fantastic one. The only day we'll have rain looks like late Tuesday into early Wednesday. Other than that, it's going to be cold and blustery heading into next weekend.